Coming up in this episode of the Ktdata Anime Podcast, Ichigo gets together with his friends for some study time.
White stuff.
And what does the Rudy say? Woof, woof. All that more coming up. The show begins in 3, 2, 1. It's time for the Ktdata Anime Podcast with Dito and Ktdata. The Ktdata Anime Podcast is brought to you by Ktdata.net's brand new podcast, The Little Big Cast, with a K. From PS3 to the Vita, these guys got you covered. Check it out on Ktdata.net. Hey everybody, welcome to the Ktdata Anime Podcast. I am Ktdata.
And I'm Rekman Mahajalani. You can call me Dito for short.
And this is the Book Club Podcast, where we go watch animes and talk about them. You know, it's not really any reading of books. You read subtitles, but it's close enough, right?
Considered a book, right? As much as we read.
Yeah.
Or
So
a lack of reading.
Yep. So for all you guys who have just barely started watching, all you got to do is go watch these animes. We have them listed in our show notes on ktdata.net. Just go in there and click on them. You can watch them, and then you can come back and hear what Dito and I talk about.
Or not,
Yep.
and miss out on all the goodies.
So, Dito, how are you doing today, my man? I have not seen you in like 2 weeks.
It's probably for the best, KT. But at the same time, too, I get to play my Tales of Symphonia Chronicles.
Woo. See, it's good. You know, the snow's melting, the weather's going, I wake up and the sun's already out. That just makes me so much better. I don't know why, but it's so depressing when you wake up and it's still dark outside. And
Is it? Is it?
Yes.
Well, prepare for the weekend because that's what's going to happen.
Well, Dito, not all of us are vampires like you that, sleep during the day and work in the darks of night. Whoa.
A little column be there.
All right, Dito, let's jump into our first anime of the night.
さらに凄まじい苦労の連続となる
And our first anime of the night is Nisekoi, and it's brought to you by... Koi. Why did I say K? Nisokoi, and it's brought to you by Best Friends, being the wingman without your permission. Ooh.
Because that is in.
That's that's a cool thing to do. All right, so last episode, we watched the tale of not-so-star-crossed lovers begin, what it takes to fake a first date, and a huge freaking locket. And Dito can't spell fate or fake. So we start, we discovered a few things about all our characters, The one thing that we learned from episode 1 is that what's her name? Shitoke. She's from the America, the US of A, where Dito and I reside, and she transferred back to Japan.
Or something like that.
Yeah, and all the guys are, going, oh, and all the girls are like, oh my god, she's so pretty. And you know what the downside with that is, Dito?
There's a downside?
Yeah, it's hard to make new friends because you're intimidating to other people, and, people think you're looking down on them, and it's tough. And
well, when you're taller than them, you have no choice.
It took a red box to connect both of us as friends. So she's having a hard time.
Yes, it did.
What's the most logical way to kind of figure things out? Make a game plan, right? And you got to write it down in a notebook, and you can figure out what you can talk to.
You don't necessarily need to, but in this case, they need to.
That's what I do all the time, Dito. I mean,
what do you mean? You write in a notebook when you can't figure out left from right? I mean, they're high school kids.
Man,
hey, just bear with me on this one. They're high school kids. They have a lot of stuff going on too. They can keep their heads straight on stuff too. So writing it down just kind of gives you a little bit of flashcards, right?
Yeah, I'm just curious why she didn't just use her smartphone like everybody else in 2012 or 2014.
Smartphone.
Yeah, smartphone. And Japan usually has better phones than we do anyways.
The term smartphone.
Smartphone. I mean, that would be so much easier. And then, you pull up, take a picture of them, and then that way you can classify them and all that fun stuff, And then it'll just be a handy little device in your pocket all the time. And then you can just pull them up real quick. Oh, she likes to talk about sports, so we'll talk about sports.
Serious. What is she like?
Siri, pull up my cheat sheet. Siri, what is her name?
Because you know how much they all like. Since I don't use an Apple phone, so I use my
Android
Android
does
phone.
it too. Okay, Google, what's her name?
No, there's I forget the other app that's like Siri, but it's a different name.
Yeah,
like Robin or something.
I don't know. Robin Williams.
I would love to have either Robin Williams or I want to say Dallas Wilson. I'm like, who the hell is that? No,
I don't even know who that is.
That or Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
I would love to have Sean Connery's voice on my phone telling me what to do. It'd be awesome.
Just turn right to the next light.
Would. It'd be awesome.
You'll now have to go through all these cables and whatnot and pretend they're lasers.
Ooh, no, better yet. What about having God, I want to say Picard for some stupid reason. That'd be awesome too. Having our Captain Kirk telling us what to do on our phone.
That'd be horrible.
I know, it'd be awesome too.
Like, you realize that there's a good portion of the original Star Trek series that's just pure garbage. I mean, there are good episodes in there, but a lot of it is kind of junk. I mean, come on. There was an episode where we have George Takei running around with no shirt on and a sword.
Yes. Because race car. And speaking of running around with the swords and shirtless too, we have this nice little family member. Oh, is his dad?
No, Claude. He's like a bodyguard.
No. I'm talking about Raku's.
Oh, those are all Yakuza people.
Yeah, the Yakuza. Is it supposed to be his father?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Both of their dads are the crime bosses.
Oh, is his father's?
No.
Wait, is his father and grandfather?
Shitoge's father is the leader of that clan too, of the other clan too. That's why they're dating in the first place, because
I thought it was his grandfather.
The dads got together, had some sake, and said, "This is a great idea to have peace."
I swear to God, the other guy was his father, and that was his grandfather.
I don't know. They don't show up that often, anyways.
Not enough for
They're
us
all
to actually
minor
know that.
characters.
Yeah, but now back on topic. This is about the time when we have a little bit home study.
Ooh, Dito loves. Aren't you an expert in in study groups?
I'm an expert.
Girls
I'm an expert at studying at home by myself, sleeping, and stuff like that. No, so we have a little bit of mishap here though, because we find out that
it's because the boys think he's helping out Raku out.
Well, no, not necessarily that too. I mean, like the whole home study thing was a little bit of a cooked plan between friends trying to get what was her name?
What's her face?
Wow, we put a lot of Kurosaki.
Onodera, yeah. Onodera, that's her name.
I just realized we put a lot of Kurosaki over here.
A little bit of Kurosaki in your life never hurt. But Onodera, she's like, okay, can I first say these guys are like the thickest group of friends ever. Because Onodera's like, he would never like me, and Raku's like, she'd never be interested in me. I can't do that.
They're like so dense, it's not even funny. I mean, it's not like really dense, but it's just that where it hits him right in the forehead, but it just just slides right off and just
and then you go, eh?
No, it's like 2 minutes later they just go, oh.
Yeah, like an example is when Onodera's key falls out of her bag. Raku's just going, that's kind of big for a house key. It's like, oh, it's not a house key. It's a key for a cabinet in my house. That's what I meant to say. He's like, okay. I'm like, seriously.
No, the best one is that like it's like the two obviously do like each other, but then it takes like his best friend to say, that Onodera does have a crush on you.
What?
It's like it takes both of their friends to tell the other that's like, that she does actually have a crush on you, and both of them were kind of like right over there.
I didn't see that one coming,
like,
but everybody else did.
But we still have to put it this way too. I mean, like, we find out that Kurosaki doesn't like dark, damp places.
Yeah, because she fell into a washing machine. How do you fall into a washing machine?
Like, how in the world is it one? Like, no.
I mean, even when I was little, I was doing my own laundry. I don't think I could have fallen into a washing machine. Like, it just doesn't seem logistically possible to fall into a washing machine and somehow have the door close on you, and then you're unable to open the door.
And it turns on. I mean, there are safety devices in place for a washing machine not to turn on once the door is shut.
And even when it's on, you can open the door. You just gotta.
Unless you're like me and decided to get into one of those laundromat washing machines and actually get inside and have someone turn it on while you're inside and you're just spitting.
Well, at least it wasn't the dryer, and cook up the boys that way.
Yeah. It was all fun and games until the water came in.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until you can't make kids. That's my rule.
I don't know. Or no.
So yeah, we find that the boys decide to lock Kurosaki and Raku into a dark, closed storage closet thing. Even though it's pretty nice looking tough shed, I gotta say. I guess the Japanese know how to make cool tough sheds.
Tough shed.
Yeah.
That's a really big tough shed.
Yeah, it's like a 2-story tough shed. How come we don't have 2-story tough sheds?
Because we have yet to put a second one on top, I guess.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I'm so down for that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And then this is the first time that Raku actually sees Kurosaki in kind of her natural element. She's like scared, she's crying, she's just hanging on to him even though she hates his guts. And he discovers that she might just be possibly attractive.
I know that's like, you had this moment where they're both like actually finding some attraction to each other, and then who comes out and destroys the moment? The stalker.
Dun dun dun. Good job, Claude. He has a name. Let's not call him Stalker. It's Claude.
I'm calling him Stalker. It's
Claude.
Claude, but it's
no, because you want to know who he really is, right? They call him Claude because his full name is Jean-Claude Van Damme, and this is the only way he can get money now is protecting mob bosses' daughters.
Well, he doesn't want to be doing splits on 2 trucks driving.
No, those are just side jobs.
Promos
to get his daily, get food on the table and a roof over his head.
Why doesn't he just go to Tough Shed and go and like?
I don't know. Maybe it's a better living this way, creeping in trees and whatnot.
Speaking of creeping in trees,
so he gets him out and all that fun stuff, and I don't know. We'll see how these thick people go. It's interesting though, because everybody's just so dumb. It's so
dumb, dense.
Yeah, it's so dense. Like you literally could take a butter knife and cut through it.
I don't think you can even cut it.
Yeah, but it's just so funny because they're like, huh?
It's like Utah air. It's better to be chewed.
It's better not to be ingested, period, man. Until you die. All right, let's get on to our next anime, and it's a fun one. And our next anime is Witchcraft Works, and it's brought to you by
hair dryers. Literally hotter than hell.
Dun dun dun.
That hair dryer, swear to God. Last episode, Fear the White Rabbits. When your classmate calls you her princess, and watch out, there's a chance of falling building.
Ooh.
School building. News at 11.
Yep. Good thing we have good weather here.
Alrighty, so we do learn something a bit interesting between Takayama and Ayaka. First off, Ayama is actually invincible as long as Takayama is close by. But there's a catch. There's a catch-22 on both sides, actually. That if he receives any damage, Ayaka takes it.
Ooh, damage transfer.
But as long as he is close, she could take a swords through the back and all this stuff too, and come out virtually unharmed.
Ooh, white stuff transfer. Wait, what?
Oh, what was that?
Mana transfer? Yeah, mana transfer.
Mana transfer. So something about Takayama is that whatever's inside him, there's a bond between the two that transfers mana from him to her, making her invincible. But they refer to white stuff.
This show really has an infatuation with calling it white stuff.
Yeah, it really does.
Even though it's mana. Like, there's one mention of mana and then everything else is white stuff.
And it's like, I kind of want to know why they're calling it white stuff.
You can use your imagination, Dito.
I am using my imagination, but that's not exactly what they're trying to imply.
Yeah, so what's funny is we actually start seeing that Akaya is like learning how to use magic on there. So that's super interesting on that. And then there's the weird lady that has the alligator for a pet too. What's her name?
See if you can say this right.
I can say her last name right. Or let's see, it's
Crominary Chavez. Cars.
Isn't it like Noir? Isn't that how you spell Noir? So it's Noir Schwartz. The sixth.
Yeah, Noir Schwartz the sixth.
I don't want to miss out the sixth. People get.
It's like they emphasize that six.
Yeah. She's an interesting character, I must say. I mean, who else would have an alligator as a bodyguard?
Not to mention too. Like, remember hearing his voice, the alligator's voice when he talks. It sounds like a butler. I was expecting
maybe he is a butler, but he doesn't really do anything.
It's more demonic. I was thinking something a little bit more deep, a little bit more, like animalish. Just kind of like Ojo-sama. It's like, what?
So yeah, we start seeing Takamiya trying to learn how to do the magics. You gotta wear the fancy robe. See, this show is like just bringing back the fact that robes should be fashionably acceptable.
Robes and capes.
Yep. And hats. And
hats, because the robes make you lighter. Only if.
Only.
Really.
Yep. And people can't see you, so that's awesome.
Yes. Probably because it's not that they don't see you, it's like they ignore you. It's just like
I can sit on the bus and nobody can bother me. That's better than earphones, man.
No, you need the big cans. You need like really big cans, because that's like universal sign saying don't mess with me.
Except people still do, man. That's why I need the robes. I can use public transportation finally.
And that's why you punch him in the balls. Anyways, but we do learn something a bit interesting about the situation between Ayaka and his sister Kasumi, because she was kind of clingy, a little bit like brother complex clingy, and asking a lot of questions.
Let's just hit the mic. But yeah, his sister's like, hey, how come there was a girl on the phone?
I know, and it's like, it's one of those that you keep on pushing toward, and it's like, why is he trying to hide it?
Because at that point, I'm like, I'm glad I'm an only child.
I'm glad I don't have a younger sibling.
But turns out she has a secret too, Dito. What's her secret?
The secret is the teddy bear brushing his teeth in the kitchen. That has no point whatsoever in this entire show. It's just like walking in, is like, wait, what? Well, how do you not notice that?
Have you noticed how many like random things that are in the show? I mean, why would you have a pufferfish blimp out there, and then they just randomly animate the fish on the bus they were riding too?
I know one notices this too.
Yeah.
But no, here's another one. It was funny too. It's just like after we find out that Kasumi is also a workshop witch that was in conjunction with the princess Ayaka to protect Takayama from invaders and other tower witches, and also really big teddy bear.
Yes, This is like it's Shauna, except all their like forms and stuff are cutesy girl things.
What do you mean, like cutesy girl things? I
Row
mean,
bunnies, really? Row bunnies.
No, look at Ayaka's forms. She goes like absolutely terrifying dragon.
Yeah,
green
she
brat.
yeah, she goes all guilty crown on us, but she's the only one that does that. Everybody else has like super cutesy things. I mean, cat ears, row bunnies, giant teddy bears, alligators. Okay,
T-Rexes.
somebody thinks alligators are cute, right?
So, yes. If you think alligators are cute, send an email at kita@ktdata.net.
Yeah, so she unleashes this kind of weird demon form that she hasn't explained yet, but it's totally totally reminded me of Guilty Crown when I saw that. Like,
There's like we've seen what 2 or 3. I know. Maybe I saw the same one twice, but no, she has the one she kind of she turns green flames.
Yes,
and then she hasn't.
It's some kind of cross thing, and then the other one she gets like super tatted up with like green things.
Yeah,
but I don't think that was like her full form. That was just her like building up to it or something.
Building up to forms,
getting it all sleeves, sleeves everywhere. Isn't that the
getting
cool thing?
sleeves everywhere because of white stuff. And
and yeah, we find out that what's her name again? Oh man, I said it before. Cronoir Schwartz the Sixth. Seriously, shorter names, if you will. She gives what's his face Takamiya this candy that is supposed to unlock his white stuff and supposedly give it to the it's not the Tower Witches, the workshop, or yeah, the Tower Witches. Yes. Or the workshop witches. Nope, Tower Witches. There you go. You think these notes would do stuff, right?
No, they don't. They provide us a guideline,
a false
of what
sense
to talk
of security.
Yes,
that's what they provide us with.
Yes, it does.
So, that I bet you that's going to play because what's his face Takamiya kept it for later in his. The funny thing is, you start learning he likes penguins. Pengu. Everything's about penguins.
No, I think everyone has kind of like an animal they like, because apparently the cat girl likes rabbits. Takamiya likes, the sister likes bears. The brother likes penguins.
And one of the Tower Witches likes wolves because she got one hanging around her neck.
What about the llama?
Yeah, the llama.
The llama. See, Ayaka likes, I think, cats.
Yeah.
I think cats, because she has a lot of cat references. We'll start finding out more later on. I'm pretty sure.
You know what's funny? I still have no idea what's going on in this anime. We're 4 episodes in, and I'm just waiting for these ridiculous battles of animals or
of giant teddy bears, like stomping the ground and causing a giant explosion, which no one hits her in.
Yeah, and then Medusa somehow escapes, and then they just don't mention it again.
Oh, by the way, Medusa's in this show.
yeah, and she's out now of her prison.
Yes, but you know what it really means? Like, once all this craziness happens too, and what better way to protect somebody than to now say, "Alrighty, come live with me."
Have you used this pickup line before?
No, I haven't. I'm pretty sure if I did, I get slapped.
Because you seem to say it with such confidence and bravado.
One day, and I'll still be slapped. But before we end this, because I know KT wants to do this too, what's the best way to have a review meeting?
Have a 20-slide PowerPoint accompanied by a 15-question quiz, and having the meeting last 2 hours.
Or you can do something more fun and do karaoke.
Yeah! I'm gonna sing a song.
And all those who just witness this realize that KT is a square. He likes to PowerPoint you to death. That's going to be, whenever you go out with KT, you're going to get a PowerPoint.
I know, yeah. I'm going to have PowerPoints on my phone. And just when you come out, hey, my name's KT. Here's my PowerPoint. Here's my references right here.
Why do I see you
Scroll
doing that?
through my phone.
Why do I see you just doing that at like a first date? You just you'll bring up this little like projector and everything, and just have this little like thing set up and be like, this is who I am. This is my PowerPoint presentation. Please enjoy. Yeah. But let me just guide you through what's going on here. First off,
yeah. Oh, you can't see. Hold on. Let me pull up my laser pointer and just it's a green one too.
I got laser pointer that goes 5 miles long. Check it out. Woo!
Yeah. It's like, all right, next slide. Next slide. I even brought my own slide changer.
Slides. That shows age.
Hey.
Speaking of age.
Hey, I still say things like handle, and people don't understand what that means anymore. Anyways, let's go on to our next anime that doesn't make me seem old. And our next anime is Log Horizon, and it is brought to you by Hot Pollock Roast Sandwiches from Ray Parker, the best hot sandwiches in all of the land of Eldertale. Hot row sandwiches. It's a lot of fish eggs. So last episode, we see world-class magic, what HP and MP really do when you die, when you really lose a piece of yourself. Dun, dun, dun. So
y'all know, when we die, we don't come back.
Yep. Unlike in this game, but party doesn't come back either.
Why does it remind me of like Borderlands?
So dangerous. I don't know. But, more shift keys on Borderlands. So we
F5.
Yeah. So what finally happens is our group of little newbies are finally learning that you got to know a little bit about each other when you're trying to do that teamwork thing, right? So, one day they're about to go into the dungeon again, and what's her name? The one girl. She's like, let's not go in the morning. Let's just sit and talk and figure out each other's strengths and weaknesses. So, we can like
normally when someone says that, you just kind of go, what's your malfunction? But this actually is a legitimate point.
That you actually need to, have plans and construct plans and execute plans.
Well, it's kind of like our spreadsheet.
Because there's no I in team, Dito. There's no I in team.
No, there is an I in team. It's in the a-hole.
A-hole doesn't even have I.
Yeah, it does. Look in the a-hole. There's an I.
That doesn't work. It didn't outright.
Outside the box, KT. Outside the box.
That's not inside something.
It's in the a-hole.
We finally, see them working together and stuff. And first of all, finally, took them long enough to do this. And the weird thing is, though, when the girl always calls Shiroi and gives him updates, he seems to be relaxed. Because he's been stressing out as of late after he found out that you forget things when you die. So
you forget things when you die. There's a goblin army of 10,000 coming.
Oh yeah, that's another problem right there too.
And you got to figure out about, you're doing all this research on the current world. You're trying to figure out what the world class magic is. You're trying to you're trying to keep your good your good standings with political. It's like, and you're a strategist.
Mm-hmm. And
it's nothing, right?
He gets to relax a little bit. And what's interesting, though, is we find a little bit more about Rudy.
Rudy. Sorry.
First of all, he's been compared to a dog, like a golden
retriever.
Golden retriever, to be exact. I love how they got to the exact breed of dog too, on there. And we find out that he can't be friend zoned. What do you think that means, Dito?
That means he's forever alone. He's worse than all of us.
I have a feeling he's actually an orphan child from the people of the land, and he's trying to pretend that he's an adventurer, but he's not. He's one of those, what would we just call him in episode 1 that they figured out? The precursors.
Oh, yeah.
He's he could be a potential precursor that's working his way up. That's my bet, because, I mean, I don't think you can add NPCs to your friends list. So that would make sense, right?
Or this world hates him so much that he can't even be friend zoned.
I'm making another prediction that he's some part of the game. Dun, dun, dun.
Not the game. This new world.
Life. Oh,
Oh.
Dito's preparing for the actual the actual apocalypse of Log Horizon to happen in real life. He's already in the mindset.
I actually, I would rather have Log Horizon than Attack on Titan. I'd rather have that than Attack on Titan.
Because you don't want to be depressed for the next 20 years of your life?
Too late, but no, I don't want to get stuck in a world where it's like it's so it's so repetitive and you're always screaming at your sister to do stuff in like Sword Art, and where the only good part's the first half, not the second half when it's just your kid's sister.
Yeah.
Your kid's sister, sorry.
Yeah. So, and then the next thing is, you mentioned it a little bit, that there's a bunch of goblins attacking from all ends. They're attacking from the sea. They're attacking from the ocean, or that's the same thing. They're attacking from the forest. And it's not just one or two. It's thousands of them.
Well, not from the ocean. You know, this the Saiyajins. The Saiyajins are coming from the ocean. Because goblins that swim is kind of interesting.
Close enough.
Probably break the game too.
Oh, now it's a game, huh?
Yes.
Now it's a game. It's not real
you
life.
think this is a game?
Not in the database, Dito. Not in the database. Whoa.
Whoa, database. This song is way too catchy for its own good. I swear to God.
We got a lot of catchy theme songs in this.
It was the ending. It's like it shouldn't be, but it is. Yeah.
So we discover that the Goblin King has returned, because apparently this world, some of the old missions from the people of the land, they're still going on, and people kind of forgot about them because they're trying to figure out what's going on in surviving in general and eating their hot roast sandwiches.
Yes, that, and also getting very obsessed with trying to level up so that they don't die.
Yeah.
Like it really matters. But
so yeah, and apparently the settings for this in-game event that happens twice a year. That's pretty often. I gotta say, for like a wide-scale in-game event, is that you have a week to defeat the Goblin King, and if you don't, all the factions of the goblins, so all the sea creatures and whatnot, all band together and decide to go ravaging the towns until you can do it. So it's a pretty big game changer right there, on there. And since nobody's been killing the Goblin King, he's been busy.
Yes, he has. He's been so busy that now he has to deal. Now you have to deal with tens of thousands of goblins and Saiyajins and other creatures of the world of Eldertale.
Yeah, and what's even more interesting is that the adventurers are now kind of in a spot. They can go and defeat all these, but they need to work with the people of the land, because the people of the land still outnumber the adventurers, even though they're weaker, minus a subset of them, which are called the Knights of Izumo, that may or may not exist.
Yeah, it's because these Knights of Izumo is actually supposed to be like, it's those NPCs that are stronger than any of your characters, any of these adventurers, but at the same time, too, they have not been sent out to do anything so far.
Nobody's really seen them either.
Yeah.
So, do they exist, or are they just legend?
Yeah, they actually technically are legend, because that they're talking about that they are legend, but they do come out when in time of need. So we'll see if the kingdoms will summon the Knights of Izumo to save them. But they already talked about this as saying with 15,000 of us, we can easily wipe them out.
Yeah. So it's going to be curious to see how the people of the land and the what was the name of it, the round table, are going to work this out, because technically this is where the goblins are attacking is the people of the land territory and not Akihabara. So yeah, what are they going to do? Just ignore them and then cause political tensions there? Or somehow are they going to convince, and they're going to work together in this magnificent epic battle at the end of the series where everybody's all happy.
And joy. Or will the people of the land manipulate the adventurers to do their bidding?
And backstab them.
Yes. And then they will get teleported to the cathedral.
And forget,
And forget they were backstabbed.
Yeah. And what's I'm curious though is if they kill the adventurers enough, they'll think they're people of the land. Maybe
That'd
that's
be creepy.
maybe that's the secret behind the people of the land in the first place. dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. That'd be a plot twist right there.
Yeah.
So it's like because they apparently do forget about the world it came from.
Yeah.
So
So I'm excited to see what happens. Log Horizon has so far delivered what I expected, unlike some series about MMOs.
KT, I just got an idea. What if you're killed enough as an adventurer, you become the Knights of Izumo?
But then you won't remember anything.
Exactly. But you're invincible because they talked about them being invincible.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious. It has all these questions and stuff, and I'm excited for it. But you know what? What else, Dito? It's the end of the episode already. How do we get here so fast?
Probably time, talking, and a lot of show notes.
We don't have that many show notes. We've had longer.
That's what she said.
But but if you guys, want to pipe in and you're not watching live, let us know what you guys think. What's going to happen in Log Horizon? Email us at ktdata.net.
About Witchcraft Works.
Or Witchcraft Works. Or if you can explain what's going on in Witchcraft Works, that'd be awesome too. Because right now I'm just seeing giant bears and rabbits fight each other and burning.
And you make it sound like a bad thing.
It's not. It's not. So send us your feedback there. Also, you can also like us on Facebook. Make sure you like us on Facebook right there. Facebook.com/KTDataNet. You also can, follow us on Twitter, at KTData or at Ahoy Baby on the tweeters on there.
Tweeters.
And then make sure you guys also subscribe to the YouTube channel or to the iTunes feed or to pretty much anywhere, as I'm just throwing things behind me. And,
don't worry, it's advertisement.
Yeah. And so, like I said, we do stream live. You should always stop by the live stream. Our next episode is going to be March 11th, 2014. And you can find that at ktdata.net/live.
By the way, KT, where'd you get those?
I have my sources.
Okay, because I'm like, why do you even have those?
If you watch the Kickcast, you would know exactly where I got them.
I only watch it every so often. I don't get a chance to watch it all the time.
Yeah. Speaking of the Kickcast, like you heard at the top of the show, we have a PlayStation podcast. Make sure you guys go check that out. Little Big Cast. I'm not on it, but Drew's on it. And so if you guys want to see him, check that out. Or if you want to see me and Drew, you can check us out on the Kickcast. Both of those are always going to be on ktdata.net. Tuesday's going to be busy for you guys because that's when Little Big Cast, and that's Little Big Cast with a K, releases, and we record normally on Tuesday. So you'll see us there. So make sure you guys check that out. And you have anything else, Dito, before I forget?
Just be checking out. I'll be checking out. do check up on us in ktday.net. I will be throwing a review out for Tales of the Symphonia Chronicles. It's just the Tales of Symphonia and Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World combined on the PS3. It just got released today.
Yay!
And also be sure to watch out for the upcoming reviews on Witch and the Hundred Knights. That's by Nis America. I should be getting review code by next week, hopefully, or sooner.
Yep. And then one last thing we got is let's see. Yep.
What do we got?
Nope, that's everything we got. And other than that, guys, make sure you guys poop because everybody does it. See you guys in 2 weeks.
Poop. One thing on the show you doubt you ever hear too much of. Yeah.
All right, let's see. 1 2 1 2. Recording's going. You ready to go, Dito?
Nah, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna sit here and look into space for another 20 minutes. How about you?